Keep on cooking.
America!
Pierre Franey's Cooking in America is made possible by a grant from Carillon Importers, Teaneck, New Jersey.
Early spring in the Napa Valley, America's great wine region. Every season here has its beauty. Pierre cruised in along Route 29, past the still naked vines that would soon be heavy with grapes. But it was the food of Napa, as much as the wine, that lured Pierre on. Meadowwood, an elegantly laid-back resort, was Pierre's first stop on his tour of the valley. A luncheon of local duck was being prepared by Henri Delcroix, a French chef Pierre knew well by reputation. Meanwhile, in the dining room, Pierre joined Maurice Nerol, the hotel's general manager and a friend he hadn't seen for 10 years.
A lot of things which reminds you of that, like the trees. You've got these olive trees that you have in the south of France and also Portugal, and the fig trees, and and of course the vineyards, because you have all. Oh, look. Well, for instance, this duck that we are going to have now, it's Muscovy duck from the
California.
From California, no, not only California, but from the Napa Valley.
As luncheon progressed, the point was driven home time and again. As in Europe, here in Napa, great wine goes hand in hand with great food.
I love what's going on. The relation, the great wine, and good food. So what I'm going to do for you here is a filet sole à la nage. It's something I did for 60-minute gourmet some time ago, and really it's easy to do. So what we need to do it, we need a filet of sole. It could be Flanders, any kind of fried fish. Basically the filet, that's the way they come. They together, two together. But this, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to separate them like this here, because sometimes there's bone here, see? So we're going to separate them, and I'm going to turn them upside down like this, and I'm going to roll them like this, you see? Very slow. We roll them, and put a toothpick to hold them together, and we're going to put this right here. Okay, this way. Okay. To do this now, we need some mussels. It's about 1 pound of mussel, and to be scrubbed and cleaned. So to clean them, you have to pull the bear, right this, and sometimes they have barnacles. So what you do, you scrape them with a knife like this. Those are very clean, you see, but sometimes they are. So you keep doing this, like here, you pull the bear, and that's it. And then what we do, we put them in the water, fresh water. Those are clean, okay? We put water, we rub them against each other. While they're rubbing against each other, they clean themselves. So any sand or any small piece of barnacle, and you change the water a few times. I'm going to put some more. We change the water a few times, and we put it over here. We strain them, and from then, we have to cook them. So to cook them, right in a pot here, we steam them, and then we put 2 cups of wine, white wine, dry white wine. It's a good California wine, and put about 2 cups to steam them, to open them. 1 bay leaf, sprig of thyme, and some ginger, fresh ginger. We cover them and we steam them for about 30 seconds. They're going to open very quickly. And after they open, you cool them off a little bit and you remove them from the shell. This is piece of cake, like some people tell me all the time. And that's all. We keep them here. And then I got some juice of the stock that I've been cooked here with the wine. I'm going to put that right in here, over here. And I'm going to put some shallots. See here, I got a little bit of butter right here on the bottom. We put about 2 tablespoons of shallots. Salt and pepper to taste. Not too much salt, but a little bit of salt. We put the juice. We put the juice right in here. We cover them. Gonna cook them. Okay, right in here. And this cook for about 3 or 4 minutes. I have to do something else. I'm gonna take some zucchini, about half a pound of zucchini that you're gonna slice them with this little gadget here. We make a thin slice like this. It's a little gadget, it's not very expensive, and it works very well. They got different blade. This one you don't use it. Very easy, see? You have some very nice little strip like this, look like almost like spaghetti. Okay. Beautiful, look at that. So now, it's about ready here, yes. I'm gonna put the zucchini right over, spread them around, like this. And more. Okay. I'm going to put few carrots. Okay. One more. Ha. About 1 tablespoon of butter. That's the only butter I'm going to use. 1 tablespoon of butter. And I'm going to cook them a little more. The zucchini, they have to be cooked only for about 30 to 35 seconds. I want the zucchini to be al dente. Now let's see what happened to the mussel. Beautiful. You see the mussel is right here. But I show you. I'm going to show you what to do. I do with it. I just take off the shell like this. Very easy. Look at that plum. It's beautiful. And then I'm going to put the mussel in here over like this. And basically, we're going to cook that very, very fast. I'm going to finish those mussel here because we need some more. They're very hot, you know, but, you know, you don't have to do like I do. I'm kind of crazy sometimes, you know. So I love to pick them up. I've been cooking for so many years, you know. I'm foolproof now. All right. Very good. This should be cooked. Okay, now we're going to put them together. Right in here. We're going to put them together right here. Okay. I'm going to take 2 fillets. I'm going to do only 1 portion. Take a nice one here. Now, I'm going to go fishing for mussels. I'm going to put a few mussels around, maybe 4 or 5, you know. And then I'm going to go fishing for carrots. I'm going to put some carrots like this here. Put 4, as many as you want. And all we have to do here now is to put some good stock here. Okay. I like this like that. All right, you gotta look pretty. This is my low-calorie recipe. And now I'm going to take you to a very hot restaurant in Napa Valley.
Pierre soon coasted into Travagna, where authentic Italian food is seasoned with the spirit of wine country. The restaurant's dining room is a lively, lofty space with an informality that has captured the valley. In the kitchen, the maestro is Michael Chiarello, whose Calital cooking comes to him naturally. He grew up with this kind of robust food and a mother who cured her own hams and made her own sausages. Travagna carries on that tradition. The cantina, alongside the restaurant, offers locally pressed olive oils, vinegars made from Napa wines, homemade pastas, and California-cured prosciuttos. And just one flight up, Pierre got the chance to see Michael's handiwork in progress.
And this is your curing room, Michael.
Yeah, this is what we call the Salameria. That's Italian for curing and aging room. Here we bring up all of the different products we do. This is a prosciutto that's 1 year old.
Ready to go, huh?
Ready to go today. On to a couple salamis, a Toscano salami, a calabrese, something a little spicy.
I know, I love that. I got some this morning. Yeah.
We eat like a pepperoni on pizza. A bresaola or an air-dried beef.
Fresh.
We do for a salad. Pancetta.
Pancetta.
Bacon unsmoked. A few more prosciutto.
All the goodie I love, you know.
These over here are a few prosciutto that we have on salt. These are almost done. It's just a mixture of salt and peppercorns and bay leaf.
Very, man.
They smell
How long
fresh.
you curing?
These go 40 days, and then they go into the water like you saw coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
From there, they come up and they hang up here for a couple of days to dry. They get pressed for 1 week, and then they hang for another 7 or 8 months, and then they're ready to come into the kitchen and slice them up.
Very good.
Since we're talking
Beautiful.
about the kitchen, what do you say we go in and make a little bit of
Okay,
pasta?
let's go.
Okay. Okay, today we're gonna make a little occhietta pasta. This is some occhietta, which means little ears, with a mascarpone of smoked salmon and a little absolute pepper vodka just at the end for a little bite.
Right.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
We have here just a little bit of fennel, onion and celery that we're sweating with some butter.
Little butter, huh?
Just a little bit of butter. We're gonna take, in this case, a Duckhorn Sauvignon Blanc. It's a very light Sauvignon Blanc. In Napa Valley, we get many, many, many great wines to work with.
So you're making a fish stock and
We're
stock
making
right
fish
now.
stock, just like you would, the French would
Fish
call it a
breast.
blanc. Only we're gonna use, maybe you can hand me those smoked salmon, there we go. Just some smoked salmon pieces, just some trim that if you go to the store, you can get very inexpensively. And you put in some of these pieces just to infuse some of the flavor.
Yeah.
Okay?
And give a little smoke flavor and the fish flavor at the same time.
Right, absolutely.
How long you cook this? You
Maybe
simmer it.
40 minutes.
40
Just-
minutes.
Just enough.
There's no water added to it,
No
just
water,
wine.
just a little bit of wine right into the infusion. Maybe a little bit more wine. Okay. So this, once we bring it up to a boil,
And you strain that and
and then we
get a
strain
base.
that, and the jus looks just like this.
Yeah, you put
Okay.
good the base.
Right. It's a good sauce base. To this, we're gonna put in a little bit of cream, and that's it. And we have the rest of the condiments. This will put on the back burner, just to simmer for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead. Maybe you can put a couple of handfuls of pasta right into there for me. Okay, there we go. Okay. The pasta is gonna go ahead and cook, and the time that pasta takes to cook, we should be totally done with this entire dish. Okay.
All right.
So from here, we're gonna take a little bit of the fumet into a hot saute pan. Okay. Now, the trick to this dish, we're going to use an old cheese making technique of using some tartaric acid, which is like cream of tartar if you were to do this at home. Rather than boiling the cream down that we're going to add for viscosity, we're going to give a little pinch of this. This is going to make like a curd. It's going to make the sauce tight, so we don't have increased calories and we don't have an overly rich sauce. In California, you have to be careful because it never gets that cold.
Yeah. So you put the cream first, right?
Right, so now we're going to go in with the cream. Okay.
That's heavy cream.
This is heavy cream. Okay. Once this comes up, just before it begins to boil, here, I'm gonna give it a taste. It's hard not to taste with your fingers.
I always do. That's the only way.
We say tasting with the spoon's like making love with gloves on.
I agree completely. I feel that way too.
So you have to be careful. You don't need much salt because in the smoked salmon there's a good amount of salt. Now this is gonna, once this comes up, I got a little bit of salt and pepper in there.
That's the only thing, salt and pepper, nothing else.
Salt and pepper, nothing
And
else
the
so
flavor
far.
of the fish.
And the flavor of the fish. We're gonna try to boil down the cream just to get it back to the original viscosity of the cream.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, I understand.
When it gets there, okay, into here. Now, a small pinch of the tartaric acid. A very, very small
little,
pinch. You just need a little bit.
Yeah,
And you watch what happens to the sauce as I put this in.
That's a dash, huh?
Just a dash.
Yeah. All right.
Okay? And when I put this in, it will thicken the cream. You see that?
Oh, yes.
It'll make the cream twice as thick as it was before.
Yeah.
Okay?
Understand, yeah. That's it, yeah.
And that's it. So to this,
So you got volume.
you have
Instead of
volume.
reducing, you get volume.
Right. Now to this, you got some chopped dill.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You want this pasta to be very fresh, so you want the dill, the flavor very up front. Okay? And once the dill comes back up to a boil, get some flavor. You go a little bit now of smoked salmon. Maybe you can pull the pasta out of the water and have it ready. The salmon you don't want to cook. All you want to do
Warm it up.
is warm it up. Okay? We're going to go a little bit of salmon caviar.
But it's
Okay?
start to smell
Go-
good.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want it in there?
There we go. Okay. Now all we want to do is bring this up to a boil.
Warm it up a little bit. And
Warm it
that's
up. Now the trick to this
Yeah.
dish, I use an absolute pepper vodka, but you want it right in at the end.
At the end.
Okay? Because you want the flavor of the vodka
Yeah,
to come
absolutely.
through. Okay? So right at the end we just give it a little, and that's it.
You put what? About two
Okay?
tablespoons?
Maybe 1 teaspoon.
One
Okay?
teaspoon.
And that's it. Okay? This should be something that you could be able to eat ambient temperature.
And just to give the flavor, different
Just to
flavor.
give a
So
little bit of
the whole
flavor of
thing
the
bind
sauce.
together, give it another
Right.
flavor.
Right. So that's it. We put it on the plate and we eat it. Very simple, very straightforward. Huh?
Yeah, I want to take some fish.
There we go.
Flavor is very good. It's a nice combination.
Sure, you taste the vodka.
Yeah, the
Now-
vodka and
One ice cold shot of vodka. While you're drinking this is perfect.
creating another
Even in
flavor.
the Napa Valley, this is perfect.
Just up the road, Pierre pulled into one of the valley's great vineyards, Beringer. Jerry Comfort, the resident chef there, was already at work preparing a dinner to be held that night in Pierre's honor.
Hi, Jerry.
Welcome, Pierre, to the Hudson House at Beringer Vineyards.
Well, I'm glad to be here. As you know, I've been tasting food all over the Napa Valley, and I think you and I, we should cook something together, okay?
Sounds great.
And I call you, and did you order all the food that I asked you to do?
I've got it taken care of. I even started cooking your sausage.
Oh, great. So the sausage are cooked. And so you got sausage in here, right?
Right?
You got the onions, shallots,
It's all there.
all right? So it's all done. Now we're gonna add the apple. Can you
Okay.
give me the apple?
How much would you like?
I want to do about a cup and a half of apple.
Cup and a half or so?
Yes. Oh, you could put in more.
Little bit
if you
more?
want, but yeah, sure. All right, good. And we're gonna put the raisin about the same amount. Let's gonna put that all the way up because we okay the raisin and the seasoning.
Okay. Little
Um,
cumin and cinnamon.
Put a little bit of cumin. I put very little cinnamon in here because cinnamon is very strong. I like the flavor. The idea is to combine all those flavors and to create another flavor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, we have to taste it. Then we're gonna put the couscous. Couscous is available all over the place. There's something new that come from Morocco, and it's very good. So we put the couscous.
Okay, there's a Cup and a half or so.
About a cup and a quarter, yeah. Oop, that's about a cup and a quarter, a little more like this. All right, that's about a cup and a quarter. And then we put, you got chicken stock here somewhere?
We have it right here for you.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna bring that to a bowl. It's got to be very hot. And you put about a cup, cup and a half. Okay. That's, let's put a little more.
A little bit more?
Yeah. We cover it and we let it rest for 5 minutes.
Here's your coriander.
Okay, the coriander. The couscous is gonna absorb all the moisture. I want that to be very dry, you know? Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, we cool it off, and that's it. Okay, now I think it's time to look at the stuffing, you know?
Okay.
It's been cooling off for 5 minutes. And the reason I'm doing this is to give the chance for the couscous to absorb the moisture. You know?
Sure.
Okay, what we need now, we have to put some Bombay gin in here.
Okay, how much
The
would you
reason
like?
I'm putting gin in there is because it gives a very nice juniper berry flavor. And when you combine all the flavor, all the spices together, you create another flavor. And that's the trick of cooking. We don't want, you can tell what it is, you see?
Sure.
So all right, you put about, 2-3 teaspoons, quarter cup, okay, I think it's enough. And you put some butter now. You put about, well, I think, yeah, that's maybe a little more, okay? Very good. So we're gonna bind this together very well, and then we're gonna taste it. Yeah, I want you to taste it, and don't be afraid to tell me if it's lousy. You know. No, I'm sure it's gonna be very good. A lot of flavor. Is enough salt and enough pepper? What do you think?
It's wonderful.
All right, I'll take your
Excellent.
word for it, right?
It's on my shoulders now.
All right, now we're going to transfer that to a different bowl because we want that to cool off very quickly, you know.
Okay. Whichever way is easier for you.
We just want to put, it's got to be like lukewarm. And we have to spread it out. And, okay. So that way it's going to cool off much quicker. And the next thing, we're going to stuff it.
Wonderful.
Now we have to stuff the quail, you know, we got more work to do, you know.
Well, let's do it.
All right. Okay, yes. I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons, 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon of that stuffing on each quail here. That's about enough here. Okay. Then we're going to tuck this under like this. And then we're gonna put the wing. You know, this is that way they're gonna hold their shape. I don't want the wing to go like that. You know, to spread out. So?
Looks like he's flying. Huh?
Like he's flying. You know. Then a toothpick right in here above the bone of the legs, and we just tuck it this way. And of course, we have to put some seasoning. I always put some salt. You know, I use coarse salt. You know, all the time. On both sides, very important. And then freshly ground pepper. I'm using white pepper here. Okay, a little bit of thyme leaves here on each side, and not much, just enough to give a little flavor. You know.
Looks great.
And the legs I got to cross like this, and now they're ready for cooking. Okay, we're gonna cook them now, right? So we're gonna put them this way first.
Okay.
See? So that way the stuffing is gonna be sealed, you know, this way. We're gonna brown them a little bit on each side, you know, not very lightly. I want a very little brown, light brown.
Okay.
And you shake a little bit like this, you know, and maybe a little more far, but oh, that's all right. Just enough. What's very important, not too much on the back, but the top, you know, the breast side has got to be cooked a
Nice
little
color,
longer.
huh?
Yeah.
Nice color on those.
Now a little bit of wine. Chardonnay, huh?
That's the one we'll be serving.
All right. Some stock. Very little. Do that, and we're going to cook that and reduce it later on. Okay. I'll cover. Well, you know, it's been cooking for about 6-7 minutes. That thing should be ready.
Okay.
All we have to do now is to add some grapes to it. You know? Yeah,
Okay.
beautiful. Give me some grape, will you?
Okay.
All right, just like this. Put a, you know, for about 10 grape per person, a little more.
A little more?
That's enough, okay? Yeah. I tell you what, I'm gonna put the quail here and you remove the toothpick, huh?
I can do that.
You could do that, how about
Yeah.
you're great, you know, I think I'm gonna hire you, you know?
Well, I'm ready.
What a team!
You said the Caribbean next, right?
All right, now a little bit of butter, see, just enough butter. You have to taste it. Tasting is very important. And do me a favor, put the butter in there. And when you taste, I always use my finger. You know? We have to bind the butter, and then bind the sauce like this. That's the way to do it. Don't
Okay.
use a whisk. Some people use a whisk.
Okay.
See, that's just the idea. It takes a little while to do it, you know. The butter has to be soft. Okay. Make sure that everything is melted, you know. All right. See, the sauce is all thickening now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Put a little bit here, a little bit there, you know, distribute all over. All right. And now, at the end, you put the sauce right over like this. See? The sauce, the shorter they are, the better they are, you know? Okay. Well, that's it.
Beautiful.
Harry, you take over for the rest of the meal. I have a great coffee night.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed it very much.
The recipes from today's show and from the entire series are contained in the companion cookbook Pierre Franey's Cooking in America, published by Alfred A. Knopf. To order, call 1-800-441-3000. The 236-page volume contains over 150 easy-to-follow recipes for the home chef. The price is $25 plus shipping and handling. Please have your credit card ready when you call. Pierre Franey's Cooking in America was made possible by a grant from Carillon Importers, Teaneck, New Jersey.